have already died of COVID, but there are still many skeptics here and many who believe the danger is mostly media hype.
Tonight, you're about to meet a local man who admits he, too, was skeptical until the virus descended on his family right after Thanksgiving. NewsChannel's Maureen Wurtz reports tonight COVID took a terrible toll on him and everything he holds dear.
We already let it go?
That one's going to Nanny.
The plan is in the works.
So probably 10 minutes?
Put it in your hands.
Okay.
Let me see your hands.
Almost all the balloons are in hand, and the Heim family is ready.
All right, 97. All right.
The welcome home party is missing some, but everything's different now.
I don't want anybody else to go through what we've gone through. It's awful.
Elizabeth and her sisters, Alice and Christina, could all use a hug.
Air hugs.
We're going to just
air hugs.
Yay.
Air hug over there, too.
Air hug to the camera guy. There we go.
Because awful doesn't come close to describing their last 2 weeks.
We always hug.
Definitely changed all of our lives.
Come on. Hurry.
Their celebration is for their dad, John.
Give Bobo big boy hugs.
Good. I love you. That's a big hug.
Who just got out of the hospital after getting COVID. Like many in Oklahoma, he says he didn't think COVID was that big of a deal, often blaming the media and believing it was actually all about politics rather than public health.
Probably so. I think there have been points when I didn't think it was as serious as it is. Obviously, I have a different opinion now.
And while he was fighting the virus, his wife of 58 years was in the hospital too. But unlike him, Joyce didn't make it out.
How the lungs were getting so hardened that even with the air being pumped into her to get the oxygen, it wouldn't even go past to penetrate anymore.
For 10 hours, the family watched as Joyce slowly passed away, hooked on a ventilator, miles away from those who love her.
We were in separate parts of the hospital. I hadn't really had communication with my wife, for a couple of days.
When Joyce died, things weren't looking good for John. But somehow, just 6 hours later, he tested negative for COVID. Coincidence? Maybe.
Sorry. It's okay.
But ask the three sisters, and they'll tell you it's a miracle from Mom.
I said, you've been a good woman. A lot of people appreciate you and have been impacted by your life. And we love you, and good night, honey.
Who found her own way to say goodbye.
So that was my final conversation with her that day.
Reporting in Sand Springs.
It's okay.
That one's going to Nanny.
Maureen Wurtz, News Channel 8.
From the